Citizens of the Apocalypse, welcome to Endzone 2, and this is the free demo that they're throwing up onto Steam, and I'm very interested about Endzone 2. You know, I've listed Endzone 2 before, we've checked out Endzone 1 in the past, and this is a game that is highly anticipated. This is my first time jumping into Endzone 2, this early access demo, and I'm very curious as to whether this is good or not. Let's check new game. Let's see, let's judge Endzone 2 in its current state. It is still an early demo, right? This is not the release build, this is not the release version. Yeah, so we're gonna just see how it is right now and see what they can be improving for release. Okay, here we go. Floating on down.
I'm pleased to meet you. I'm going to look over your shoulder while you help our settlers set up a new home. By the way, I'm Ella.
Hello.
Out here in the wasteland, you'll find ruins and other interesting places. More important, however, is that we find a suitable site where we can establish a settlement.
Oh, we're not just starting at a location, we've got a vehicle to move around? Select one to move a vehicle.
Engine running!
Oh. It's a unit to move, like an RTS. Oh, okay. So, here's something that I really need. Audio. You've got voiceover volume, right? This is the instruction dialogue from Ella, which is like, hello, welcome to the game. Here's what we're going to be doing. But also, when we tell the vehicle to move, it's like, on it, moving out. Here we go. Yes, sir. At full max volume along with Ella. So if I turn this down, then I lose both of them, right? So, please split your voice sliders. These are two very different things. So, yes, so we're finding a suitable site for the settlement.
At the moment, all our settlers are in the Pathfinder, and you can explore the surrounding area with them. But time is tight. When the water in the Pathfinder is used up, everyone inside will die of thirst.
Wow, okay.
Got it?
Got it? Yes, sir. Moving out. So, I see there's markers on the map, and also, oh, I just realized I am blocking the UI a little bit. Let me just do that. There we go. I can put myself right there. That looks good. Yeah. I can go kind of behind the UI. Ah, fancy. Okay.
Engine running.
Engine running. Let's go.
Got it?
Oh, it's so annoying. It's just split your audio sliders. I assume we're supposed.
Let's go.
We have found a new zone. Take a look at it when you get a chance. It might be worth it to build a new settlement on it.
Okay. Zone properties. Properties of the currently viewed habitable area are displayed above the map, provided it has been uncovered. Okay, so that whole thing is a zone. It's worth taking a look before settling. The individual pieces of information can be clicked to jump up. Okay, got it. So we want to reveal the zone properties. So there's clay, fertile soil, and swampland. How's the max zoom? Oh, that's actually some nice detail. Look at that. Okay. Okay, I like the detail. What's the max zoom out here? Okay.
All clear.
All right. Doesn't let you see the horizon. All right, so no skybox here. So the next zone over, I guess we would want to, like,
let's go.
Travel all the way over there. But also, we're looking at our water supply here. It's continuously used up, so we've got 213 right now. But I assume, where's our vehicle? Are there hotkeys? No, we can't control group 1. This is still not an RTS. Okay, fine. It's fine. Let's head over to this next area here.
On my way.
Yes, okay. On my way. So, what is this? Warnings. Settlers in vehicles. Is that a warning? There are settlers in one or more of our vehicles. Make sure to load vehicles with enough water to supply settlers on their transportation. Events. Okay, yeah, that's fine. I feel like moving
Got
to
it.
the northernmost one is too far, so let's just reveal this next zone. Oh, I see, so this is not habitable zone, right? Whereas this square is a habitable zone.
Got it.
So does that mean we could have, in future, multiple cities? I like that. I would like that as a change.
On my way.
This has to be...
We have found a
There we
new
go.
zone. Take a look at it when you get a chance. It might be worth it to build a new settlement on it.
So this is tiny. Swampland, fertile soil, clay. Fertile soil, swampland, clay. 221. 111. Okay, so this is a tiny zone, but it seems to be like a high ground kind of thing. Maybe it's like more defensible. I don't know what threats this game will be bringing to us, but I think the big zone
Got it.
makes more sense for right now, right? You can have multiple zones. Okay, so it's gonna be like multiple cities. Also, by the way, I do have to say, performance so far, very smooth. Like, I feel... I don't have an FPS counter, but this feels like a smooth...
On my way.
That's gonna be so difficult to deal with. Are we moving? Oh, they can't... Oh, if they can't pathfind there, then they just don't go. Okay,
Got it.
fine. Alright, we're running out of water. Hurry up, make your way back. So, I found a problem where if I clicked on here, he said, on my way, but he was not on his way.
Let's go.
So if I click there, you're still moving? Okay, good. So, performance so far, very nice. Like, for a demo, you don't expect good performance, right? Because they haven't optimized the game. You don't want to optimize the game before you actually, like make all the final decisions. So, can you go down this
On my
way? Can you
way.
traverse here? Right? So, once we're here, we want
On
to...
my way.
We want to settle it. Pinwriter, welcome. What's the building menu, road menu? Oh, here. Okay, there it is. It shows up right here. Build new settlement. Do I have to...
Got it.
Can you not get in here?
Got it.
Can we not traverse this? That's kind of weird. If I press build... This area can be settled. A new settlement ought to be set up with sufficient food and water and some building materials. So if I place it... If I press this button... Okay, I was...
This transfer point serves as an access point for vehicles and connects your zone with the surrounding wasteland. Look for an ascent on the perimeter of your new zone where you can place the access point.
Okay, that's some complicated words for a tutorial. Look for the ascent? An ascent on the perimeter of your new zone where you can place an access point. So this is basically this R rotate, yeah. So an ascent. So we want to build it like this, right? So it's gonna be like the way in and out of our new zone. I guess I'll just place it here, right?
You have to find a location that is supposed to become the center of the settlement. Once chosen, you won't be able to change the location again. As a result, make sure you place the town center near key resources such as water, trees, and debris remnants.
Water, trees, and debris remnants. Okay, so that's water, that's trees, and this looks like debris remnants. This looks like unbuildable terrain. Is there other water? I'm looking at the map. Yep, there's this water, trees, debris remnants. This looks a bit better, a bit more open. But also this looks like more fertile soil. I think somewhere around here looks good. Yeah? Yeah.
First off, we have to ensure survival. We need water so that we don't die of thirst. Build a jetty by a body of water and assign enough workers that our supply is secure.
Okay, so build a jetty for water. Building menu. Yes, I should know how a building menu works. A jetty. Okay, so we just want to have it pop out like that. Yeah. There we go. Building a jetty. How does our settlement look like? This actually looks really good. Like visually, like just... This is just nice to look at.
The water is running out. If nothing changes, it'll be the end of us. We've...
Oh, when you click got it, they just stop talking? Okay. So, professions. Water carriers.
The jetty produces water as long as workers are assigned to it. Always make sure that sufficient water is available. If the supply runs low, assign more settlers to work at the jetty.
Okay. Oh, I positioned my camera perfectly, huh? Look at me. Look how can I can go behind the UI. Ooh. Sorry, that's just streamer things. Okay, so we're making water.
Water alone is not enough to survive. We need to eat too. Build a foraging hut near trees and assign manpower to it as well, so that the workers search for food.
Okay, so let's have a look at the buildings we've got here. Also, does space pause? Space does pause. Pause. Food. Okay. Oh. Okay, so here's something that, in terms of UI design, has been kind of tricky with a lot of city builders recently. When you go to the build menu, it shows you a picture of the building. And sometimes all the buildings look the same, but other times they do look distinct, but you're not familiar with them yet. So you open up here and you see like a forager hut, a fishing hut, a farming hut, and an upgraded farm hut, right? And you just see 4 buildings and you're like, what am I looking at? And then sometimes they solve that problem by putting an icon next to it. So you see like a building with like a mushroom icon, right? Oh, that's the foraging hut, right? Here, they just put a delicious looking basket of what looks to be poisonous mushrooms. Because I'm pretty sure those are... What are the red and white spots ones called? The red with white spot ones called? Are those amanitas? They're like really not good. Guess I should just build it like... I assume we can change the work area later. Is there a front? Let's just put it there. Good. Unpause. It's power noodles from Diamond City. Steel airship. I was thinking this looks like Diamond City, right? It looks so much like Diamond City. That's why I was saying it looks kind of nice, right? It's like the beginning of Diamond City. Oh, day-night cycle. Very nice. Very good. Oh, right. We have to assign workers, right? Can we do it from this menu? Do I have to do it from this menu? Forages. 1, 2, 3. What's our population?
The foraging hut produces food as long as there are sufficient resources in its vicinity. If a region's resources are used up at some point, you can relocate the work area of a foraging hut at any time.
What's the button for relocate work radius to there? Perfect.
We need building materials to be able to build new buildings in the future too. The woodcutting lodge cuts down trees, which produces wood. If you run out of trees at some point, you can also relocate your work area. Okay, so the problem is we're using... Nighttime is very blue. I have to say, nighttime is very blue. It was getting like darker and darker and darker. It's like, okay, nighttime. And now it's very blue. It's like shockingly blue. Okay, so the problem with this is always raw materials. Like, if you chop down the trees where your foraging is, it's generally gonna ruin your foraging. So what you want to do is chop down trees a bit further away. So I'll put this woodcutter's thing here, but I will change its work area to over this side instead, right? So it doesn't mess with the foraging. And then I assume I have to assign... Do I not have to... Oh, there they are. Assign lumberjacks. Okay, good. So 1 master builder. So, is this... Free manpower is... Awesome. Your woodcutting lodge is already producing. By the way, a production site can produce faster when it stands near a depot. Although you don't have any depots, the town center has the same effect.
You prefer blue moonlight, so you... so... Some games are so dark you can't see. Yeah, so... I think it's right here, right? This moment here, this is what I like for darkness, right? But it went like bluer than this.
Besides wood, the most important building material is scrap. That's what the scrapyard is for. It collects scrap that lies around and takes apart old ruins.
Okay, so we want scrap. So we need a scrapyard. There's a lot of scrap right next to us. Let's begin with this thing right here. Good. Also, I don't think we have much free manpower. We're supposed to assign 2 salvagers. So I can assign 2, but what do we... Low water reserves, homeless settlers. I guess we can take off a lumberjack. Take off 2 lumberjacks. Take off... Yeah, limit this. What is... Oh, maximum minimum. I see. Right, okay. So we're building the scrapyard now?
Well done.
Yes.
On the other hand, our settlers are still sleeping out in the open. We ought to change that before we enlarge this settlement any further. Shelters provide for housing and can boost the efficiency of your production runs.
Okay.
Each building belongs to one of 3 settlement branches. The more buildings that stand in one settlement branch of the settlement, the more these buildings progress in that branch. This progress enables us to do research on new buildings from that branch. More about research later on.
I could not parse that sentence. That paragraph. What? She said branch too many times. That's the problem. Settlement branch. It's gone. It's gone.
Production buildings that have a dwelling from the same settlement branch nearby function distinctly more effectively too.
I think she said basically the more you have of something, the better it is. Or the more it progresses. I think that's what she was saying. Yeah, this game does look good. I mean, look, like just visually, this foliage looks amazing. Okay.
If an ecological tent stands next to a jetty, then the jetty functions more effectively. In contrast, the scrapyard and woodcutting lodge profit from economic tents.
So if an ecological tent is next to a jetty, it works more effectively, but scrapyard and lumberjack huts require economic tents. But also it's confusing because ecological tent is capitalized, but economic tent isn't. So this is a proper noun, but this is not a noun? What does that mean? Let's see. Let's go to shelters. Okay. So economic tent is a thing, ecological dwelling is a thing, and social dwelling is a thing. Why do the economists live in tents, but the other 2 live in dwellings? What's with the economics? Okay, but basically, what I understand is that so all 3 of these are simple shelters, right? They cost some things. And it's plus economy, plus ecology, plus society, and also they have adjacency bonuses to relevant industries. So for example, the ecological dwelling is, yeah, see it shows like the leaf icon on the relevant ecological dwelling. So I want this to encompass the forager hut and the jetty, right? Good. I would want the economic hut to be near our production facility. So in this case, I will favor the lumberjack. And then the social dwelling, does this benefit anything particularly? Nothing right now. I assume it will benefit something. So I'm just gonna throw the social dwelling like over like this side here. And I will have a second economic tent next to this scrap collector, right? So that's what we're gonna do. Look how much detail there's. How is this? This is giving me Mana Lords vibes, where it's like performance is just so smooth despite all the detail. Is this the same?
As long as
grass?
they have enough housing, our settlers will reproduce and have children. Children are tomorrow's manpower and can work as soon as they have grown up.
So I heard that there's a new Unreal Engine grass tech, which makes the grass seamlessly appear and disappear. Is this using that same tech? Because it's apparently what Mana Lords is using, right? And you see how the when you zoom in, you can see all these grass.
Our settlement is thriving. Now we want to produce a new resource, plastic. Build a recycler to do that. If the scrapyard is nearby, the recycler produces faster.
Oh, the mushroom was fly agaric. Right. The red and white spot ones, fly agaric. Got it. So we want to build the raw materials recycler next to the scrap thing, I assume. Yeah. So the icon shows up when it's within range. Oh, but then it's also... Oh, the recycler benefits from ecological housing. Oh, I see. I don't know if I can encompass both. So this benefits from the ecological housing, but it needs to be close to that. But I guess it's better if it's closer to the housing? Oh, the adjacency bonuses means arranging your city matters more than ever before! That's actually really nice. Look, I already have a choice to make with pros and cons. Everyone, this is a video game. I'm going with the house. Can we build roads? Because all of these logistics? No? Do we have roads, or do roads just auto-appear? Water, food, raw materials. So I'm built a recycler. I have to assign recyclers. Do we even have people? I need to assign 2 recyclers.
Buildings that process resources work faster when they are located near their source. The recycler needs scrap to manufacture plastic. That's why it benefits from being near the scrapyard.
Yes, I understood that, but it also benefits from being next to an ecological dwelling. But also, I don't know the numbers of like see, this is activated. What does that mean? Like, what's the actual...
The toolmaker not only needs scrap, but wood as well. It's best when both resources are produced near him. But don't worry if you're not able to place him perfectly. Naturally, he'll attend to his work anyway.
Yeah. So, like, I don't know the numbers. So, like, you see, this is activated. But what does that mean? It just says ecology +2. But what does ecology +2 mean? I don't know. But we need to build a tool-making plant. So that would be under trades and crafts. What do we... Oh, trades and crafts. What can we produce here? Maybe you don't have to leave spaces between buildings. Are there roads? Yeah, maybe I'm leaving spaces for roads, but you see these buildings often have a road going through them, so I guess that you don't need to leave space. Tools, weaving, coal, tailor, brickworks, upgraded toolmaker, upgraded charcoal kiln, upgraded tailor's workshop, vulcanizer. Toolmaking plant. So, does this... Oh, so this is supposed to be near that kind of house. So, okay, let's just put it here, because it's near the recycling plant, right? And it's also near that house, so it should get the bonus. So, bam. And I'm not leaving any space, because as far as I can tell, there are no roads to build, right? Everything, people just walk over anyway. But I don't know if, like, these roads, wouldn't it look a bit weird if none of the roads are actually connecting? Like here, there's just this mud road through these houses that lead to nowhere. Like you could probably rotate things so they line up a bit better, but... New research available for economy. This music is kind of... Welcome to the club. What are we doing? Assign toolmakers. Toolmakers. I'm supposed to assign 2.
Very good.
Children growing up?
Now we have plastic and tools. things which are needed in some buildings for production. They are also important to be able to build more complex buildings in the first place.
Oh, with the new types of houses, you actually kind of have an RCI. But it's EES. So RCI, if you don't know, it's residential, commercial, industrial, right?
The settlement is growing, and soon the supplies won't be sufficient anymore. More settlers consume more food and water, too. Build a fishery to support the foraging hut.
Okay, we can do that. That sounds pretty straightforward. Fishery. So we just want it, like, out there. Lack of resources. How much does this cost? Oh, we need tools for this. Oh, okay, so we actually need to be making tools. Right, okay. This might look really cool if the roads actually connected to each other. Yeah, I don't know if things will change. Because see this patch of dirt here, right? See this patch of dirt? That's not part of the building. This has spawned. So I don't know if over time the roads begin to make sense. Right? Because like here it's just a dead-end road. Oh, I should also... I'm gonna need more people. We can probably drop... Because it's only asking for 4 water carriers, so we can drop that. And then we want to... Do we have the tools for this yet? No. How many tools do we have? It should be up. We have 4, so we're waiting for 5. So if I look here, this one is popping up soon. Okay. You're pretty sure you saw roads in the screenshot? Well, like roads? Because this is a road, but it's just part of the building. And also, this patch of dirt, that's just spawn. So I don't know if roads are like... just gonna spawn, because I don't see a road building. Like as in a placeable road. This is food. This is raw materials. This is trades and craft. Oh! Oh, there's a scroll bar. Glasswork. Okay, there's industry. Okay, there's mines. Okay. Logistics does not have roads. Shelters. Community buildings. Tasks. Tasks. Oh, okay. Road menu. There is a road menu. It's the next tab over. Demolish roads, gravel path. But I'm not allowed to build it yet. Okay. There's a whole other button right here just for roads. I didn't recognize this as roads. You don't build roads with hammers. Right? I saw hammer and spanner. Okay. Hammer against object. Yeah, that icon doesn't feel like a road. That is a hammer, right? Yeah, that's a hammer. They're gonna hammer out a road. I haven't assigned a fisherman. Fisherman. 1, 2.
Though the fishery is more effective than the foraging hut, it constantly uses up tools for its production. If there are no tools, then the fishery can't function. Conversely, the fishery produces faster when tools are produced near it.
Right. Well, we're not doing that. Lack of storage capacity. Oh, okay, so we are actually overproducing water now. How do we see... Oh, there's our water. So we can actually...
Now, we also
lower.
need cloth to be able to set up more tents. Cloth is produced from fibers, and we have to grow them first. To do this, build a plantation in the vicinity of fertile soil. The only way you can create a field is on fertile soil.
Got it. So we are building a farm. Raw materials. Plantation. And we're looking for fertile soil, which is indicated by green. So that stuff, I'm assuming? Yeah, that's the closest, right? Okay, so does the building have to be on the green, or can we just, like, do that? So we're building a plantation. So these wildflowers indicate fertile soil. So I want So it's construction progress. We want to instruct the plantation to lay out a cultivation area, assign a gardener, achieve an increasing inventory stock of fibers. The language of the instructions is quite technical, and I kind of like it because the person talking to us is sort of a very technical kind of person. Achieve an increasing inventory stock of fibers. So, area under cultivation. So how do I wanna... Can I just do this? That sort of worked. I don't know if I can redo it. Oh, it's a maximum of 100. I see. Okay. So then I need to assign a gardener.
Well done. Up till now, we can only grow fibers. But if we find more types of seeds, then we can cultivate them on the plantation too.
Okay. Settlement overview and resource bar. There should be a power bar called resource bar. Now, this includes the status of settlement as well as resources stored. Okay, yeah, everything's up there. Confidence, state of health, radioactive contamination of settlers, radiation protection. We do live in Rottingham. We can rename this. Very good. Settlement symbol tree. Don't suppose there's a snake.
The fibers are crafted into cloth at a weaving mill. This requires water in addition to fibers, so make sure that sufficient supplies of water are always available.
Apply. Okay, good. Just, the fibers are crafted in cloth at a weaving mill, which requires water. Okay, so we're building the weaving mill near the water source. Okay. Oh, no snake. There's never a snake. Am I planning on doing a playthrough of Commissar Marek's campaign? Eventually, yes. Okay, so... This is producing water. It's gonna go into the weaving mill. We have to assign a weaver. Autosave is happening. I have to say the water looks good too. Like, visually, I mean. So, professions, we are looking at weavers. We need to assign one weaver. Are children still growing up?
Great.
Well, we don't have any more
Now
children.
you can set up more tents for our settlers to create space for new inhabitants.
Oh, okay, it's calculated. As soon as we run out of children to grow up, they're like, now you can get more.
This is necessary too, because we're going to need a lot of hard-working hands. Keep in mind to place the tents near the appropriate production buildings so that they can function more effectively.
What is it reflecting? Is that supposed to be the sun reflecting? Or is it a cloud? Okay, so we are building 4 more shelters. So we're going to the building, we're going to the shelters, and I guess we want to just try and... Like, do they stack? I guess they don't stack. Like, the icon appears, but it's not green anymore. Does this work? I don't know. Let's build one of those there. Let's build one of these. Yeah. Lack of resources. Oh, what do we need? Oh, we need more cloth. Right. So we're producing cloth. 2 a minute. And it costs 5 per dwelling. So we need to place 3 more dwellings. So we need 5, 10, 15. So at 2 a minute, 15 would take 7 minutes. Unless we click this button. So cloth is marked there. They're not social. Ecological. I guess this... I don't know. Place it there. See what happens. So like, see, this road just sort of looks like it makes sense. Maybe my town looks weird because I've not actually built anything adjacent to each other. So let's try close the gaps. Let's try put an economic hut here and see what that looks like. Hold on, just need one more cloth. I mean, the roads don't connect up. So that's kind of a bit weird that each structure has such a distinct road. I mean, I can rotate it to try and match it up. But like, see, even here, it's like the road wouldn't match up very well. Yeah, we need one more house. I guess I'll just put an ecological dwelling. So like, if I wanted to like line up this road, I don't think it's even possible. Like maybe if I do something like that, like it kinda lines up.
Thanks to our joint efforts, our little settlement is soon not going to be so little anymore.
Okay.
If the population increases, then the settlement supply situation has to grow too. Apart from the jetty, you can also build wells that can pump water out of wet, swampy marsh soil.
Build a well. Okay, so I'm going to build water, building a well, and we're looking for body of, no, not body of water, swamp, which is this teal color? Like there? That's quite far away, but I guess sure. We're gonna build a well. We're gonna assign 2 well keepers. Build buildings that produce food. Okay, so go back to the building menu. Go to food. I could build another fishery or another forager hut. I guess another fishery makes more sense. It's just more stable supply, right? Achieve an increasing inventory stock of food. Okay, so things get built real fast. Look at these people running over here. Is that actually the sound of the swamp? Oh, there's a different ambient sound for the swamp. I love that. The swamp looks terrible.
The supply situation is stable. Soon our depots will be filled to the brim. When the depots are full, you have to increase their capacity. There is a depot for water, one for food, and one for all other materials. Place depots near your production sites so that they can produce quickly.
Okay, so what we're doing is going to logistics. We're gonna do a cistern, which is not good, but I guess I should put the cistern near the well. That sort of makes sense. And then I should place a food depot near the fishing things. And then I should place a material depot near the scrapper. Okay. Think that makes sense? Oh, there is a selection box. I was like, I just remembered I was controlling an RTS unit earlier. There is a selection box.
Each depot increases the maximum number of resources that can be stockpiled at a settlement. When your depots are full, buildings cannot produce any further. Besides the short distance to a depot, good availability is important for production buildings. A production site produces more effectively when it is connected to the town center by a road.
Roads! Okay, yes, please tell me about roads. Roads. Gravel path, demolish road. Okay, gravel path. So, I've not really left.
Super! The more buildings you connect via your road network, the more stable the production at your settlement is going to be able to run.
I have to build around this. Can I not road here? I'm just roading everything up and then gonna look at what it looks like.
When our economy thrives, it uses up more resources too. Luckily, we're able to have our wood grow back again. We have the tree nursery for that.
The tree nursery. I don't know if this... Oh, it costs tools to do this, right? So this costs 4 tools. Okay. So is the road depicted by a hammer because it costs hammers to build? Okay, so I've built this dirt gravel path all the way around. And the city looks a bit more connected, but I am kind of visually confused by these massive thick roads going through the buildings. Right? Because these roads don't look like it's going into the building. Like this one sorta ends there, but like for the housing, the road looks like it's going through and coming out the other side. So at a glance, this looks like a road. But it's not. This is not a road. So this is a little weird for me. What was that question mark? I'm supposed to build a tree nursery, which is raw materials. Tree nursery, plants trees. I should put it over here, I guess. Assign foresters. To replace the trees there, I guess.
Awesome. The tree nursery will plant trees within its work area that can be used again by the woodcutting lodge. That way, we create a healthy loop.
This road is also currently the ugliest thing here. I regret building it everywhere. Like, it's... Look at this road. This is horrible to travel on. Like, I almost would prefer to walk through the grass than this road. It's so rough. Like, this road looks like a road.
The needles of the Geiger counters begin to swing hotter. A sharp increase in radiation is going to occur soon. We should start to get sufficient protective clothing ready.
Got it.
Oh no! I had hoped we'd have more time. Now we have to act fast. We need protective clothing to shield us against radiation. For the first component of a complete set of equipment, we need coal.
Coal. All right. So yeah, because the houses are all split by a road, there is the aesthetic consideration of, you know, does it look good? And honestly, the houses with the road look good individually. Like if you look at this, yeah, this is great, right? You got the house and everything. It looks really nice. But this road doesn't match the gravel path, and it doesn't like link up to other things. So even when you try to link them up, it doesn't link, right? So that looks kind of weird. But also because, like, this is a house, right? This square is a house. The most of that square is taken up by not house, right? The actual house visual is this here and this here. And the thing that really indicates whether it's a house or not, particularly which type of house it is the yellow, right? Because this type of house, this is an eco house. This is an right, that's gonna be confusing. This is an eco house, this is an eco house. Ecological, economic. No, this is an eco house, this is an eco house. Okay, well, whatever. This is the yellow, this is the green, right? And the amount of yellow is actually very hard to see, right? Like, looking for the society house, right? Which is the blue one. It's there, right? But look how little blue there is, right? It's like just a little bit there and just a little bit there when you're zoomed out, right? So at a glance, it becomes quite difficult to read what I'm actually looking at, right? So it might be the case where higher level housing maybe looks like more solid, more together. But for the start, when you're building these dwellings, well, tent, dwelling, I'm sure they'll standardize that later. It's hard to see, particularly the green ones, which just blend into the environment, right? So like down here, yeah, see, I built that. So this you can sort of see because they're individual, but once you have the whole cluster of your city buildings, it becomes quite hard to tell things apart. And then visual consistency is a bit weird, where it's like, okay, so for example, this social dwelling, right, is sort of looking like it's creating a path from this road to this road, right? But this is wrong. There is no road here. So like the aesthetics is one consideration, but also the functional visual, the functional visual recognition of what it is and what it's doing is a bit hard to understand, right? I can sort of get used to it, but there's no road here, right? Because this scrap area was here. I had to build the road around. So things walking from here to walking from here, if they're following the road, they are not going through there because that's not a road. You know, so it's just kind of weird and confusing once it's come together like that. And that's sort of like a bit, because the rest of the game does look good. When you zoom in, things look amazing. Look at this. This just looks so good. Right? This looks fantastic. Right? When you zoom in, just for aesthetics, it looks great. Right? This looks so good. Like these little flowers here, that road sign there, you know, this dirt road. Like when you can't see the functional problem, it kind of works okay. But also like this dirt road looks better than the dirt road we built, so it's like, and then it doesn't quite connect to there. But like with a little bit of foliage, this clothesline there, the fireplace and the kettle. Look, there's even like people sitting down and eating with like banquets of food and like a pot of something. Like this is so much detail. It's so nice to see. The flowers still kind of pop at nighttime, which I know is unrealistic, but it looks nice. This looks really... Oh, look, the bathtub has reflection on it. Oh, like, see, this looks so good. And when I zoom out, it just doesn't look that good anymore. Right? So it feels like it was designed for this zoom level. Right? Like, look how much detail there is. Like, even inside this basket, there's a little filter with the shell there. Can you like even like kind of see inside the building? Maybe not. I don't think so. That would be insane. But let's see, there's baskets of fish, which I know look a little bit flat at this point, but sure, it's okay. You know, there's some 3D fish on that table. There's a fishing rod. Like the clutter and design is so nice, right? Staircase down, another clump of wildflowers, watering can, sickle, tree. It's so nice. It's just, yeah, I think these houses should not have this road going through them. Because that's just confusing. And it doesn't look as nice. I would also appreciate a nicer looking gravel road, because I know there probably will be like better roads, right? But the gravel path is gonna be the standard. And it doesn't have to look fancy, but this looks kind of like an ugly road. Like an actual, natural, real-life gravel path would look kind of better than this. Because it looks so rough. It looks like oatmeal. That's what I'm thinking. It looks like oatmeal. And that's what's throwing me off. But okay, we're supposed to get some coal. So far, though, I'm... positive experience. Oh, people don't like to live near this, but it should be near the forest stuff. So let's go ahead and do that. Also, I never set the work area for the forester. Got distracted. Yeah, forest up that area. So we're building the charcoal kiln there, and then we have to assign a charcoal burner. We've got plenty of people. So let's assign charcoal burner. Let's make sure our food stuff stays up. Let's max out food. Let's max out well keeper and water carrier. Perfect. Just got on that. Just got on that. Each building looks like individual dioramas rather than actual part of a larger settlement. Yeah, I think that's kind of the problem. Like, this looks great, but it doesn't match the rest of it. Like, in the environment, it looks okay, right? This matches, like, it blends nicely into this lovely looking foliage. Looks like oatmeal. Workers just spilling their breakfasts all along the way. The lighting, though, is really good. Like, this is how I mod Skyrim, to have the fires glow like this. I know it's slightly unrealistic, but the fire looks really nice. Like, the fire and the water and the grass. The environment, I think, is gorgeous. Actually, like, the gravel road is ruining my visual pleasure. The gravel road is, like, the most hated thing I have right now. Oh, I'm supposed to assign 2 charcoal burners. My bad. Where is it? There we go.
Coal is made from wood. When wood gets scarce, assign more settlers to the woodcutting lodge, or build a second one. The tailor shop can make protective masks out of coal and cloth. They ought to be sufficient at first. Our settlement already produces cloth, and you have just taken care of getting coal.
Okay, so we're building a tailor's workshop. I guess I'm spending a lot of time talking, so it doesn't really matter where I put it. Oh, so the tailor's workshop has this crisscross road as well. I feel like it might even just look better if this road texture is put on the oatmeal gravelly thing. If you just take this out and just have the oatmeal gravelly thing, it would actually blend with the gravel road better. But is that doubling down on a thing that I don't actually like? I'm not sure. I'm not sure. Like, I'm not providing the exact solution here, but...
Good. The protective clothing is truly a blessing. It is issued to the settlers automatically. If a settlement is contaminated and our settlers are unprotected, that can mean the end of the settlement.
Toxic rain. Some stay dry and others feel the pain. Toxic rain.
Our fears have been confirmed. The radiation levels are rising sharply.
Hmm.
The higher the radiation level in a zone, the better we have to protect our settlers. If the protective clothing is not sufficient at some point, the inhabitants' exposure to radiation rises. When the radiation exposure gets too high, our settlers will gradually die of it. Even if the protection is sufficient at first, we should also prepare ourselves soon against potentially stronger radiation.
Oh, you hold shift to lock the tooltip. Okay, that's pretty good.
Regardless of whether due to radiation, a poor supply situation, or simply getting too old, sooner or later, we have to say farewell to every settler. We need a place where we can lay the dead to rest.
It's not gonna be a no-death run. Community building. Yeah, I suppose it is. So is this particularly desirable or undesirable? See, I'm always thrown off. I'm from Asia, right? Particularly Malaysia. Graveyards are like huge no-nos. Very undesirable. Currently, I live in the UK, where graveyards are treated like parks. It's like, yeah, I live next to the graveyard, and it's a lovely place. There's a cafe in there. I'm like, what? That sounds so far removed from how things work in Asia. Like, if you live next to a graveyard in Asia, first of all, the graveyard is not nearly as nice. But also it's considered like very bad to live next to the graveyard. Houses next to graveyards are like mega cheap. So I need to check in every city builder whether a graveyard has a positive or negative effect, and it seems like there's no particular effect for these current buildings. No one seems to mind whether it's there or not. Because like in city skylines, you put a graveyard and like you see all the smiley faces come up. It's like, really? Okay, so we've built a graveyard. But then there's, you know, of course, the survival games where you put the graveyard and like disease can spread from the graveyard, so it's a negative effect. So I think like in Frostpunk, you want to build the graveyard further away. So every city builder with a graveyard. Like a pin writer in chat just said, wait, a cafe and a graveyard? What do they sell? Morning coffee? Actually, they have some really nice ice cream. What am I doing? Designate an area for graves. Oh, burying a dead settler? Already? We don't even have an undertaker. Wait, hold on. How do I designate an area? Free manpower, undertaker. Do I have to assign the... Hold on. First, let's... community. So this is our first community building. So I'm assigning it. Designate an area for graves. It's like a work area. Graveyard plot. Oh, knowing us, we're gonna need a lot. Oh, there's a maximum. Okay. There.
Thanks a lot. Now we have a place to mourn and commemorate those who had to come and go before our time.
Okay, this is a demo, so I'm not gonna nitpick too much, but I hope they add in a few more grave designs. Because that looks weird. That looks like a military graveyard. That's a bit overgrown. But no, like I sort of get it because in the UK there's like a lot of, you know, sort of historical graveyards, right? Like
I think we've put down roots here and can start to upgrade the settlement further. We need sturdy building material to do that. We ought to fire bricks, and to do that, we need clay.
I'm not sure if there should be a timer counting down, like, if I pause the game. Okay, no, it does pause that as well. Okay, so if you do want to pause, you can. Pausing the game pauses this countdown on the tooltip, yeah. So I sort of do understand now because there's like historical graveyards, right? Also hope it's empty and fills up as you get new graves. Yeah, so this is a demo, right? So the game's not finished. So this is like, I feel like this was done. We need the graveyard to just work. Just make one grave design and have it pop up when you place it, sure. This guy's in a hurry. But like, I do hope like it's like an empty grave, and then as the graves come up, it's like, you're gonna need at least like 20, 30 different grave designs to make it look natural. But yeah, I want like some more overgrown ones, like wonky ones, some like, not necessarily, you tend to want to avoid specific religious depiction because you want to, like, you don't know what country is this? This is Endzone 2. Like you don't know what country you're in. So to stay neutral, you tend to use the standard grave, but you can have like triangle, you can have like the rectangle one, you can have like the cubey ones, you can have the, you know, all sorts of other designs, you know, more worn down, cracked ones. Countries have different graves. Well, I mean, like technically, like for example, in more Christian countries, you have a lot of crosses. In non-Christian countries, not so many crosses. You know, like here there's a lot of military graves in the UK. So like the naval graves have like anchors, you know, and like boat designs and stuff like that. Or there's like the mausoleum kinds where they have like Roman pillars, Greco-Roman pillars and like little houses, and you got your necropolis vibes going on. So like, you don't necessarily want to have like crosses unless you're specifically depicting a society that has Christians, because that would be a specific depiction of a religion, so it should fit the world, you know. But as far as I understand, Endzone 2 leaves it a bit open-ended as to where this is all taking place. Right? It's not specifying a country or a location. You can sort of like guess from the foliage, like, this place has swamps and these kind of trees, but also these kind of trees, it's a bit hard to place. It's like a little bit tropical, but not tropical. Even the flora is being a bit ambiguous as to where this is.
We're not able to extract clay just like that yet. For some advanced technologies, we lack the necessary know-how. We have to accumulate that knowledge first.
We don't know how to dig up clay. I feel like that's kind of old news.
To be able to perform research, first you have to track down ancient knowledge in the wasteland. The thing is, you can start an expedition at some of the ruins there. If you've examined the ruin thoroughly enough, you receive 1 or more knowledge points. But not every site can be explored this way. At some of them, there are merely some resources to be gathered. So to obtain knowledge, we need a ruin we can explore with an expedition.
Okay, so we're gonna explore a ruin to find how to dig up clay. Is it? There's a countdown. Oh no. I've been wasting time geo-guessing. Yeah, it's like, what country is this? Look at the soil. Look at the color of the soil and the rocks. What country is this? Okay, what we need to... So it's asking us to explore a ruin. What does that mean? Like... Technology point. I'm supposed to explore a ruin, but I don't see a ruin? She said nearby ruin, right? There's clay. I need to build a mine. Vehicle menu. Oh, this is how you expand. You can build a settler, a new pathfinder, and fill it up and go settle something else. Okay. Okay, here's a bit of a problem with the tutorial. You can't bring up... Oh, okay, wait, there is a thing. Okay, that's how you bring it up. Okay, that wasn't... I didn't realize that was clickable. Okay, so to be able to perform research, first you have to track down ancient knowledge in the wasteland. The thing is, you can start an expedition at some of the ruins there. If you examine the ruins thoroughly enough, you receive 1 or more knowledge points, but not every site can be explored this way. At some of them, there's merely resources to be gathered, so to obtain knowledge, we need a ruin we can explore with an expedition. Okay. How do I expedite? That's not the right word. Am I missing something? Has it not actually told us how to do an expedition? Do I need to research? Okay. Swamp farm, market, brickworks. So I need this. Yeah, I need this. Transport routes. Okay, so this is how we're transporting between settlements. Yeah. Oh, you can have a lot of settlements. Am I missing something? I understand what she said, but do I need to construct a vehicle and have it sent out? I don't think so. That feels more advanced. Am I building something? No. Don't think I need a profession of anything. I'm supposed to send an expedition like outside the borders, but to continue scouting, I'm gonna need a vehicle. Do I need to construct a vehicle and send that out? Oh, okay, so there's a ruin. Certain locations... Okay, hold on, it's auto-saving. Did I build a scout house? No. Is there a scout house? I'm not being told to build a scout house. Would it be a community building? Don't think so. Tasks. Gather food, gather scrap, cut wood. Logistics, mine, industry. There's no particular scouting. Do I need to construct a vehicle?
New instructions?
Wait, I have a vehicle. Wait, we still... This is not constructing a vehicle. This is an existing vehicle.
Got it?
We never lost this vehicle? We still have it?
On my way.
Okay, this tutorial needs to explain this part a lot better. So like, do I just drive it
All
over?
clear.
Can we explore this? No? It's not with this vehicle? How do I do this? There's like almost 100 of you watching right this second. Am I missing something?
New instructions?
Oh, loot ruin. Plastic, wood. Transfer individually. Oh, this is a mouse icon. Okay. Okay. I can transfer it back? Oh, I can transfer it back. Okay.
Got it?
I think this is what I'm supposed to be doing. Oh,
All clear.
there's stuff here. Abandoned car repair shop. Technologies. Knowledge point. Okay. Why is none of this explained? Like, seriously, like this is all she said. To be able to perform research, first you have to track down ancient knowledge in the wasteland. The thing is, you can start an expedition at some of the ruins there. If you've examined the ruin thoroughly enough, you receive 1 or more knowledge points, but not every site can be explored this way. At some of them, it's merely resources. Like, expedition is capitalized, right? It sounds like it's a button to press. But then when you get here, first of all, I didn't even know we still had this Pathfinder. I thought it was, like, emptied out, right? Nothing in the tutorial sort of
Let's go.
explained that we even still had this thing. So here it says start expedition. So, yeah, the expedition is capitalized. Okay, so what it means is this.
Where are we going?
Like, all she has to do is say, you know, go back to your Pathfinder and drive it
I'm at the
over
wheel.
to buildings in the surrounding area.
There's a converted buggy standing in this garage. We ought to take a closer look at it. The best would be if we tried to lower the car lift somehow.
A choice to make? Unknown item. Wait, what? How are we controlling a person?
On the road.
We're controlling a person? Wait, this is actually like questing into like an abandoned building?
Let's go.
So the game's... Oh, the game's paused. Like the outside game is paused. And we're actually in here questing. Okay.
On the road.
So it sort of highlights things we can interact with.
Jerry cans with gasoline in them are lying here. Can we use them?
Collected. Okay.
Let's go.
This is like Command and Conquer vibes.
On the road.
So we can't just walk in. She said something. I was just kind of not expecting this.
Let's go.
She said there was a way to open it up, but I think we can just go around looting.
I'll pack that.
Okay. Can we walk up here?
On the road.
She did say that there was a way to get in. I can't
road.
remember. Oh wait, no, it's just open, right? This car, right? We need to lower this car.
I'll take a look. The generator's running and supplying electricity.
Okay, good.
I'll do it.
You didn't know this was an RTS game? I mean,
The mattress hasn't been used for a while, but whoever fixed up their cars here lived here for a spell too. Sure is lonesome out here.
Okay.
I'll take a look.
What is that? Rubber. So we're 66%
I'll take a look.
total progress. We gotta lower this car. There's a puzzle to solve.
Will do.
And if you're eagle-eyed, you can see all the stuff.
That's a really unusual construction design. The vehicle's not fit to drive anymore, but maybe our experts at home can do something with it.
Total progress 100.
Let's go.
This woman sounds really malicious.
Let's go.
Oh, okay, not anymore. Now it's fine. Now they sound fine. Earlier they were like, let's go. Let's go. Okay, so I think I'm done. It says 100%. Like, can we just walk away? Like, No, okay, it does stop us from walking. Oh, left-click drag does help look around as well. Okay,
Let's go.
So then we can end expedition, right? We don't actually have to wait for them to walk all the way back. Okay.
Our explorers have extensively explored this ruin and consequently received 1 knowledge point. We can also use that point to research the kinds of technologies that require knowledge points.
I really like that.
To be able to research a technology also means that our settlement branches need to be far enough advanced. Build additional buildings which are allocated to the branch in order to make progress at that branch. But when it comes to researching the clay pit, our settlement ought to have made sufficient progress.
Okay. So
I'm at the wheel.
So this demo is gonna go live for everyone. And did I transfer the loot to the car?
Let's go.
No. What did I... Oh, okay. There we go. Now I have, yes. Okay. So, a lot of people are gonna try this demo, and they're gonna miss this part. Because I almost got stuck on the tutorial. Because the narrator did not actually explain that, first, we still had our Pathfinder vehicle. Second, that we were looking for a ruin outside of our territory. And 3, how do we even interact with that ruin once we find it, right? It just was not explained, right? Because when I settled this territory, I just I drove up to here, right? And I couldn't get into the territory anymore, right? So I got stuck there because this is too steep, but it was in the territory, so I just pressed found and started building. I had no idea this vehicle was even still there, right? Because through the rest of the tutorial, it was highlighting the buttons, right? It was highlighting click this one, then click this one, but it wasn't highlighting the vehicle menu. So eventually I opened the vehicle menu. I was like, oh, is this to build one? But I don't have any metal and I don't have those advanced tools. So do I need to build more stuff to build these things? I didn't realize that this was not a construction menu. This is a unit menu, right? Because it looks the same as this. It's like, yeah, I'm gonna build a jetty. It costs these resources, right? So I was like, oh yeah, okay, so I need to build a Pathfinder, I guess? But then I clicked on this and I was like,
running.
It's still there. With the very loud guy inside. Engine running! I was like, we still have the guy in the vehicle. The Pathfinder's still here. I thought it was emptied because the idea was that the Pathfinder was filled with people. Once we settle, everyone gets out and starts living in the city. The demo's up in a couple days. And then once we got the guy, I was like, okay, well, what's a ruin? And I looked around, and the only reason why this was on the screen is because I decided to check out the second territory. A lot of people are just gonna go straight for this territory, settle, and there's gonna be no ruins on the screen because the starting spawn point was here, right? And we're not near any ruins at the starting spawn point. I just drove down to here, and it's like, we've discovered the territory. 80% of people are just gonna click settle right there, right? Am I being, well, this is you being influenced by different strategy games where settlers use the carriages, build settlements. I mean, yes. And this is different from other games. And that is something that has to be explained. So the problem is, it wasn't explained. Like the actual narrator, and when you click on the tutorial, it's not here anymore, like the old tutorials aren't here. It said nothing about the Pathfinder, it said nothing about where to find the ruins, and it said nothing about how to interact with the ruins. It said nothing about your Pathfinder even still existing. It just said, you have to go on expeditions in ruins. And for like the 80% made up number of people who just go down here and click settle, there's not even going to be any ruins on the map, right? If they even still realize that Pathfinder still exists. So I looked around and I saw this. Oh, there's a ruin here. Okay. And because I saw there was a ruin there, I realized then the ruins are outside of our territory. Because in the tutorial it said nearby ruins. Now, what is nearby? In our territory? Outside our territory? Like near our territory or near where we've settled? Exactly, you know? So then I just stumbled across this and I thought, okay, I see the ruin is outside. Now keep in mind, the people who don't explore and just settle immediately will not even know there's ruins outside. This was all fog of war, right? It's just black, right? I only see these ruins and this abandoned town because I scouted to this second area. But the tutorial begins with saying, you have this Pathfinder.
I'm at the wheel.
He's at the wheel. And it starts by saying, you have limited time, you have to settle soon because your settlers in the Pathfinder are gonna run out of water. So it's kind of implying that there's no time to scout. You have to find a territory and settle ASAP. So a lot of people are just gonna find the nearest territory, which is this one, and settle ASAP. They're not even gonna explore anywhere else. So that part of the demo is gonna be super confusing. And a lot of people playing the demo will get stuck before this whole expedition thing, which is mega cool. I love the expedition thing. It's suddenly, oh, you're playing like an RTS/RPG kind of thing, and you're exploring these ruins, and you know, you can see it's sort of, no, it is actually like designed, like this is the ruin that we just explored, and there's a puzzle in it, and I don't even know, did this graphic change? I think this graphic changed because we've interacted with it, because the car is now down. It must have been up earlier, and the lights are on when it wasn't on before. So this is super cool.
New instructions?
But people playing the demo for the first time, a lot of people aren't even gonna get to this point because they're gonna get stuck. They're like, where's the ruins? What's an expedition? There's just a countdown to toxic rain, which is apparently gonna like kill us. And I don't even know what to do anymore. And a lot of people are just gonna close the game right there. I'm pushing through because I'm like, I must be missing something. But actually, no, the tutorial just didn't explain this part at all. So it's just... It's demo...
Engine running.
It's demo problems, but I wanted to highlight that a lot of people are gonna miss this. When it's a shame to miss it, because it's so good. So... I now have to research clay pit. So see, now the button is highlighted. I don't know if the vehicle button was highlighted earlier. I feel like it wasn't. Maybe it was and I just didn't see it.
Great! We can build clay pits with that. Our settlers will have to visit unfamiliar places in the future as well in order to accumulate sufficient knowledge for more research. It might even be that now is a good time to explore some more ruins. Whatever you say.
Okay. Actually, it's early access. Okay, well... Whether it's demo... Early access is a kind of demo. I didn't say it was a free demo. Well, either way, that part of the tutorial needs some work, because a lot of people are just gonna stop playing right there. Okay. So now we can build clay pits.
Clay is mined at a clay pit, which has to be placed at a clay deposit. If there is no clay deposit, then you can't obtain any clay in that zone either.
Okay. So... I would assume in this map, yeah, this region has clay as well. So there was a third region, like it was sort of implying that we could go settle a third region. I assume, you know what? Let's actually just send you up. Are you actually moving? Yeah. Okay. So we want to build. Yeah, maybe the vehicle menu was highlighted and I just didn't clock it. Where was our clay deposit? It was, there it is. Do I place it on top? Like that? I guess so. Build a clay pit, assign 3 diggers. Oh, we're out of people? Okay. What can I... Can I maybe drop a fisherman? Drop a water carrier. Yeah, that should be okay. Achieve an increasing inventory stock. Okay, so is there a hotkey to like jump to this?
Where are we going?
So there was another region up this side.
Let's go.
And it was sort of marked on the map at the start. Broken down
Got
bridge. And it was up this way somewhere. I just want to sort of unlock that region and see what the natural resources there are. Now, that bridge is like a major location, huh?
Let's go.
We have found a new zone. Take a look at it when you get a chance.
Okay.
It might be worth it to build a new settlement on it.
Awesome. Clay is the basis for a completely new building material. Don't forget that the clay pit benefits from a connection to a road and to depots in the vicinity.
Yeah.
Now the newly obtained clay has to be fired into bricks. The Brickworks does this. It's best if you place it near the clay pit.
Okay, I do want to explore
On
this.
my way.
Because this is a major location. Blocked in the demo. Okay, no, it says demo. It says demo. Right? I don't think, like, if this is gonna be the early access build, there's still some rough parts, but it says demo. So I'm calling it demo. Blocked in the demo. This must be like a main quest mission or something. Oh, the tease. How does this even work? Like, are we gonna, like, do we have to, like, jump across?
Got it?
What's the mechanics there? I do want to do one more expedition, though. So let's look at this one. Is this... this looks somewhat different. It's like a ruined building. Let's do one more expedition here. Oh.
These factory grounds are less damaged than the rest of the wastelands. Let's see what we can find here.
Okay.
Looks interesting.
The stuff to loot. Is that like a safe? No, what is that? Just a container of some kind? Oh, look, you can even like traverse the building.
I'll take this with me.
See, then you climb up and you climb up.
I'll take a look.
Ah, this is awesome. Right? This is just, it's such a nice reprieve from the city building, which I know, like, you're playing a city builder, so you want to be city building, right? But you know how in RPGs and in, like, shooter games and stuff like that, there's quite often side quests, you know, like you're playing Skyrim and then you can go fishing, right? Or you're playing Fallout and you can play Caravan, you know, there's a card game to play. That's just got nothing to do with the rest of the game. It's just a mini game, right? And city builders generally do not have mini games, right? Can you pause this? Oh, holding... Okay, because time's not passing. Look, this is like an RPG. You can even highlight the interactables. Palette.
Let's go.
That's like the evil let's go. But like... city builders tend to not have mini games or side quests or things like that. And I can see people not liking this. Like, this is a distraction from the city building that you want to be doing. But there's a lot of games that have just pure city building, and I think these mini games can sort of set them apart. SimCity 4 had a little driving mini game. Yeah, so that's like really cool, right? It's like, oh, you can control a car and actually like drive around and achieve little quests. But yeah, that is a thing. In SimCity 4, that's optional. This feels required, but also it's not a complicated thing. So I think some people might find this to be a distraction.
I'll take a look.
But it's not particularly difficult. And also, I kind of like it.
Will do.
We can do that. So, also, this is relatively optional.
On the road.
So, if I just back out now, so I can just take all of that. If I just back out now and end expedition, what is left here? So it says 85% done. But I think I got the knowledge point anyway. I need 10 clay to research that. So,
Engine
hold
running.
on, I gotta check. These just say special booty knowledge points. Okay,
Engine running.
I want to see if we get the knowledge point if we just pop in and pop out, right? Because then these would be optional to do, right? The bonus resources you pick up from there, those are optional. We don't need them, right? Like I'm just no. The
New
autosave.
instructions.
Yeah, the autosave deselects the unit, and also I don't think there's. Is there a hotkey to select your vehicle option? Controls. There's open vehicle menu. Like this needs a hotkey. I tried control 1, it doesn't put them into a control group. But also just in general for hotkeys, I want a hotkey for every, well, the ability to hotkey every single building, right? I want the ability to hotkey
I'm at the wheel.
every single building. Special booty. Yeah, I'm coming for that booty. So see, knowledge points can be unlocked at this location. So do we have to solve
Engine
the
running.
puzzle to get the knowledge point? Just to establish whether this is required or not. Start expedition.
Apparently, this construction site was converted into a clay pit after the catastrophe. It's abandoned now. Maybe we can get it back in operation again.
I mean, I'm impressed that there's voice acting and scripting for every single type of location. So, if I back out now... Okay, we do have to solve the puzzle to get the knowledge point. Okay, so these are not optional. If you want to progress your tech, you have to solve the puzzle. But
Engine running.
I feel like I want to solve this puzzle. We should solve a second puzzle to see the
Apparently,
kind.
this construction site was converted into a clay pit after the catastrophe. It's abandoned now. Maybe we can get it back in operation again.
So
I'll take this with me.
we want to access the generators. So we can hold down spacebar and see what we're dealing with.
Someone has used this generator to power the crane. This generator is in good shape. Someone repaired it long after the disaster and brought it here. The generator's running. The crane is supplied with power again and is ready for use.
Okay, knowledge point received, and then we can leave. So that's what's compulsory to do. Right? Everything else is optional. That's what was compulsory. Because that gets us the knowledge point which we use to research technology. Right? Is there a hotkey to get back to a... No. You can click. Okay. Okay. Well, I think that's a pretty good look at this Endzone 2 demo. And I'm pretty sure it is a demo because that bridge said it was a demo. But yeah, you should be able to jump in and check this out in a couple days, or if you're in a couple days in the future now, on Steam. And so far, overall, I'm liking it. Like, some things can, of course, be improved. We need more hotkeys. Some people may like or dislike the expeditions, but Endzone is a game that has always had sort of these expeditions going on, and I personally do really like this because I like RTS and I like RPGs. This is sort of like an RTS RPG minigame.
Where are we going?
With a city builder going on. And you can found multiple cities, which will later have trade routes and different resources and stuff like that. So I really like this. I really like this.
Where are we going?
The tutorial step to this is not complete. It does not explain how to do that at all. I got stuck, but it is figure-outable. But for someone trying a free demo, most people would just tune out there. They're like, it's not explaining how to do it. I can't see any ruins. Like, I by chance drove by these ruins when I was scouting at the start of the game to check the second region. you know, but a lot of people aren't going to do that. You know, we're not going to nitpick like little visuals that don't seem as refined or anything like that. It's just this gravel road does still look like oatmeal to me, and it's hard to parse what is a road and what isn't a road, and what is a building and what isn't a building. Like this here, it looks like 2 buildings, but it's actually 1 building. It looks like there's a road through it. There's no road through it. It looks like at a glance, it looks like this road is connected. It is not connected. You know, these are not diagonal roads here. There's a road going through. This is 2 buildings, not... So what is this? That's a tailor's workshop? So like, see, there's... I was looking at this, I thought this was a house. No, but then I saw it's like a yellow house and a green house together. That's not right. This is a yellow house and a green house together here. So maybe it is right. I was like, no, this is the green house, this is the yellow house, this is a yellow and green workshop. See, like, this here, which is 2 halves of 2 buildings, looks like this here, which is 1 building. Like, this visual communication is hard to parse. Like, you would get used to it over time, but that's confusing, right? The gravel road, that can be touched up, that's less of an issue. Like, functionally, like, this tailor's workshop looks like 2 halves of these 2 houses. Right? At a glance. Of course, if you, like, look at it and you zoom in, and it's like, oh, clearly this is working on clothes. Look at the fabric being processed out of that. This looks really nice. And see, there's no fabric here. This is clearly houses. They just have some laundry hanging. Wait, no, that laundry is coming out of the weaving mill. That's not even part of the houses. See the confusion? Yeah, but overall, I think this is really solid. And also just big bonus point for the visual fidelity in general, right? And the performance. This is buttery smooth. The environments look great. The water looks great. I like the expeditions, I like this exploration, the questing, you know, the multiple regions to have multiple cities, it's all really nice. I still don't really know what that access point is for. I feel like the vehicle should teleport at least to the access point when you place it, right? It should teleport to outside the territory, like here, right? So when you place the access point, it shows the vehicle spawn there, and then you're like, oh, okay, I still have the vehicle. It didn't disappear. Because I'm so used to, you know, like in other games where settlers, when you found a city with a settler, the settler disappears. It disbands into the structure. Most games are like that. This game is not like that, and therefore it should be made clear that it is not like that. You know, things like that can be very helpful. Because it's fine that it's not like that. It's just I had no idea I still had my Pathfinder. It was just stuck on that cliff the whole time. I had no idea. But yeah, anyway, that's my initial look and assessment and vibes of Endzone 2. I'm looking forward to it. And I think all of this, all the problems I had are fixable. It's fixable. This is a demo. It's fine. It's all fixable. You like the idea they're going with? It's Endzone, but like better, more advanced. Yeah, it does feel more advanced than the first Endzone. It almost feels like... I don't want to say a different game, but it feels like a big step up in general. Like, it's feeling like an actual sequel, rather than, you know, oh, this is like an improvement. This doesn't feel like Endzone 1.5. This does feel like Endzone 2. Which I really do appreciate. Right? But yeah. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this look at Endzone 2. You can check out the demo yourself and see what you think of it. Thank you all so much for joining, and I'll see you in the next video.